All right, it says that I'm unable to upload my thumbnail right now. This is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth. I've hashtag Tesla, Nikola Tesla, and Elon Musk and Robert Forsch and the truth. My phone number. Is it true? Whatever it is that you want to know about. What is the truth? That's what I'm about. And feel free to reach out and call me anytime. There's um there's a virus that's been inserted in humanity, and it's a virus apparently that causes people to reject the truth. They hear something that makes them believe that the presenter of new information to them is crazy. Like if I say, yeah, I know we don't live on a globe, some people will say, oh, he's a flat earther, couldn't have anything else to say that I would be interested in. That's happened recently. I could tell it happened even before we had the face-to-face conversation. But that's the nature of the dilemma that we have. I've been pursuing the truth and how things work for a long time. I wanted to know why it is that apparently Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and it wasn't made available and widely adopted. Why would that be? Well, there's corporations that make money off of the existing system of petrochemical power distribution and gas powered vehicles, the internal combustion engine, and the control of the people and the information through the high powered computer technology. It's the nature of the world that we live in. So, what about that? What about that? What are we going to do about that? So, on my channel, although I'm exposing what are actual conspiracies, keep in mind, two kids stealing a bicycle by definition is a conspiracy. What is it when the powerful deceptive system of control of humanity, many know as the New World Order, or Satan in deceiving, as in the Garden of Eden, there was deception that began there. And ultimately, Satan was deceived even before that episode in the Garden of Eden when he was cast out of heaven. Yeah, Lucifer was cast out of heaven. I'm exposing him. He's still around. He's still around, and he indwells, or some derivative of him indwells his children. And now he may have influence in God's children and does. Now, I've been born again and I've been set free from a life of addiction. I'm not the guy that I was, and I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I struggled with things that I was supposed to be set free from: alcoholism, drug addiction, pharmaceuticals, legal and illegal recreational drugs. I'm a free man sharing a message to set other people free. How about that? Isn't that special? So some of my friends that are all about the truth may not like the idea that I'm trying to buddy up to Elon Musk and Tesla and showing the awesome potential of creating a network of distribution of virtually free energy. And I would say, okay, the digital algorithms and the digital quarantine that many of us trying to tell the truth to whoever we can has been activated. And I'm tired of being in the digital quarantine. And I've not in the box. I didn't get the box, didn't like the box. When I was a 2.5-year old, I started riding a bicycle two-wheeler without training wheels. I didn't see other kids doing it my age. I just didn't like the training wheels. Well, that's kind of where I've been at my whole life. I irritate a lot of people. I get that. People love me and love to hate me. There you go. And that's kind of the way it is with God, too, as best I can tell. There's people that believe, atheists, that believe God isn't real and are really pissed off that others believe in him and want to infer or require obedience to a deity that they don't believe exists. Oh, well. Actually, in reality, the wicked powers of this world that are basically promoting decadent uh, decadent lifestyles, marriage out of wedlock, or I should say, promiscuity, sexual promiscuity, all kinds of corruption of humanity. We're in an election cycle. You think there's lies being told? Hello, there's a lot of deception around. What's the truth about all this? So there you go. What I've started talking about, I'm on my way to the printer right now to pick up my Tesla racing stickers. Yeah, and I've got some shirts that I'm having made up with the Tesla picture of the Tesla Cybertruck and the Tesla Roadster. I would love to take some hot laps in the Roadster. I'll tell you what, if I I believe I could maybe put in some of the lowest lap times at the Tesla racetrack out in California. I'm sure Franz has timed himself. Elon, JB Straubel, if you guys have some tried to put in your fastest lap times, I would be interested in knowing who's got it right now. Who's the fastest on the Tesla track? See, I go the speed limit around here. I enjoy the ride. It's all good. When it comes time to going past my limits, well, I know I'm coming close to it. I've basically been exposing what I believe is the global lie and the New World Order deception because the truth matters. 7 people per second die. That's one of the things we got in common. No matter how much money, how many billions, millions you've got in the bank or a street person, um, our physiology, our body is going to die, is going to stop working. So more recently, I had my suspicion confirmed that somebody nearby in our neighborhood thought that I was crazy because of believing we live on a flat earth. Well, it's not really flat, it's stationary and level. There would be no level anywhere on a spinning water ball hurling through space. That's just the reality of that. Okay, so I'm not all upset that he saw it different than me. There would be no level anywhere if we were rotating and hurling the universe. Keep in mind the virus that's been inserted in humanity causes people to believe the lie and reject the truth. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 says to everybody forever, they refuse to love the truth. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion. So, as a biblical creationist, I look at the account, the biblical account in Joshua 10, the sun and the moon from moving. Hey, I thought we were spinning, wobbling, and gyrating. The movement of the earth has never been proven. So I'm putting Elon and Tesla in an awkward position. I have ordered the Cybertruck, and I would love to have it. I would love to be driving in a Tesla S model right now. I test drove an X yesterday at Hyatt, Myrtle Beach Hyatt. If you decide you want to buy it from Myrtle Beach Hyatt, tell them Robert Force sent you, the YouTuber. That'd be just great. That'd be just great. There was a Volkswagen Mini microbus that just went by. When Joni and I were married, they had to circumvent the traffic around a car fire where somebody died. It was a microbus. I used to live in Southern California, and the most commonly burned up vehicle or vehicle on fire I would see in the 80s when I lived there was a Volkswagen. Volkswagen got in trouble for deceiving people and in trying to convince them that they had a clean diesel. It wasn't clean, and they paid a heavy price for that. This gentleman that I talked to today thought that electric cars were the biggest scam ever. And he said, I don't want to debate you. I said, hey, I'm not interested in a debate. He said, yeah, but my kids said you believe in the flat earth. I said, I'm most interested in the truth. And I asked him, and I'll ask you, is it true? Whatever you believe, what is the truth? How do you define truth? Is it what you can see, taste, feel, touch, experience? Kind of a little bit of a spin on the Morpheus explanation to Neo. See, I believe truth and reality are interchangeable, equal. What is the reality of the situation? Because if I was just going to turn into worm food, I would just go ahead and do anything that I felt like doing right now to feel as good as I could. Well, I thought I was born again, and I tried to walk with God to the best of my ability, and I did. And the key word there or phrase, my ability. What happened was when I wanted to know the truth, if I was truly born again, why am I struggling so much with things I'm supposed to be set free from? I found out I was a dead man walking and didn't know it. So as I venture on out into the truth movement that's dining on a spiritual smorgasbord, they don't want to hear about a lot of things related to the Bible, ironically enough, because they believe that's another new world order control mechanism. And then a lot of the religious hypocrites are those that are deceived. They may be spiritually dead. I don't know. They may be attending a church just because I drive my car in a garage, or just because I'm in a garage doesn't mean I'm a car. There's a lot of different things in my garage. You should see it. I need to clean my garage out. Hey, when Jesus went to clean out the temple, the money changers to kick him out, he didn't want his house to be turned into a money making scheme. Look around you. Look at the snake oil salesman selling holy water and prayer cloths. I'm not. This isn't a prayer cloth. I use it to clean the lens on my camera or my glasses. People don't know what to do with me, and that's just fine. I don't mind that. What I encourage everybody to do is to examine the truth, no matter where it leads. So when I actually got the software update, like a Tesla electric car gets an update, well, I got an update. I got plugged in. I got plugged into the power of the Holy Spirit. That's not some wimpy kind of thing. That's the power that spoke this world into existence. How about that? Is that true? I believe it is. One of the evidences that it's true is my changed life. People can talk all about how they gave a bunch of money and got a bunch of money back. This divine reciprocity that's supposed to work for the name it and claim it money scammers that are putting Jesus on their religious Ponzi scheme. Dang, how about that? So there's been a lot of snake oil salesmen that have preceded me. This is a maple syrup bottle with highly purified, carbon filtered, and yes, solar activated water. The most abundant resource in our body is water, somewhere around 70%. Liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen. There's energy all around us in the ether, AETHER. What's the ether? That sounds kind of weird. Hashtag it. Click on the hashtag. Click on Nikola Tesla. Now, the one of the brightest spots in my conversation with this gentleman this afternoon was he knew about Nikola Tesla, and he mentioned something about a frequency. I said, "You mean the frequency when he caused an earthquake? The Schumann resonance, 7.83." About 8 or 9 years ago, I went to yeah, and he said, yeah, and he agreed that there were some underhanded secret activities around Nikola Tesla, and that Nikola Tesla was the true genius that pioneered electricity and presented the modern electrical system that we have today. I said to him, do you believe that we can harness the energy from lightning? He said, no. I said, do you mean, it doesn't happen or it can't happen? He said, no, it might be able to be. We just don't have the technology to do that. And by irony and paradox, we don't know what we don't know. So the artificial intelligence right now that's monitoring and making this broadcast possible knows that I'm talking about this stuff, knows my every location. One of the most recent posts that I talked to, it's got like over 130,000 likes, or maybe 127,000 likes, something like that, about you wish you knew this before you got on social media, where they're talking about these short-term dopamine loops where people are taking pictures of themselves and showing a life better than reality, and then they go and kill themselves. Why is that? Well, they're using social media to try and hack the reward system of dopamine. I'm doing conversely. I'm taking a lot of heat for telling the truth, and I'm pretty fired up about the possibilities of where my life is going. Ultimately, I'm going to spend an eternity in heaven because I care about obeying God more than pleasing people. I'm a God pleaser, not a man pleaser, and He makes me happy for that. He rewards me for that. That it's not like a junkie going to the corner to pick up a brown bag of dope. What it is I'll obey God and He rewards me for that. That's how that's supposed to work. So when I leverage the social media system, the artificial intelligence system, I'm gonna use it to the absolute maximum. Absolutely. And so that's what I'm about. I want to help people know the truth about the reality of the world that we live in so that they can make an informed choice. Where will you spend eternity and why? And can we harness lightning bolts and run our cars and our houses on it? The energy bill for our house and vehicles and all of that is pretty expensive. I've talked about and shown technology on my channel where a household can live in a very efficient fortress that's a concrete castle. You can use geothermal energy to climate control the inside of the home, running water underneath the house in through uh, pipes that run through the air exchanger to remove humidity. Could even be integrated into the walls and the floor to create a real constant temperature that can also withstand 300-mile-an-hour winds, wildfires, and earthquakes. What's not to like about that? Save a ton of money. And what about when I talked about you can launch a rocket and bring a lightning bolt down? I've got the videos on my channel. Can you have to have permission from NASA to launch a rocket or from the government? I'm talking about a model rocket with a fine wire that's grounded on the earth. And when that rocket goes up, kaboom, you can draw a lightning bolt down. I've got evidence of that proclamation. Is there a way to take now a fulgurite is the glass that the lightning bolt turns the sand into. Fulgurite. It's interesting. Real science, real actual science. I don't know how many thousands of lightning bolts impact the earth every day. There's a lot of them. What if you could have massive energy storage systems that could take a lightning bolt and distribute it through the power grid? And by the way, I believe it's very likely that the power lines that are running all over the world are actually drawing energy out of the ether. Could be. I don't know what I don't know. So there you go. Kind of interesting. So is it true? Is free energy true? Above unity, are there systems that you can put a little bit of energy in and get more energy out? I believe so. I believe so. Tesla knew about it. Nikola Tesla. I believe Elon Musk is a marketing genius. I've been told that I'm a marketing genius as well. I'm pushing the envelope. When I raced professional level motocross, do you know I how I found out that I squeezed the brake too hard? Because I landed on the ground, the front brake that is. I've got a question for you. You've maybe seen some people that do radical things on motorcycles, like flips on a dirt bike in the air. That's kind of your clue. Then I'm going to tell you something that you may not know. Do you believe that putting a brake on, front or back brake, would have any effect when the motorcycle is in the air on a jump, going over in the air? Well, it will, because the kinetic energy of the rotating wheels when they're stopped are going to rotate the motorcycle. How about that? I knew all about it when I was a kid. I knew all about that sugar made me feel good for a little while and made me feel pretty crappy for a long time. Then I found out sugar is cancer food. How about that? So, yeah, there's actual conspiracies. The system of control wants you vaccinated and fluoride stupid. How about that? Stupefied with putting heavy metals and other people's prescriptions in the water and not telling you about it. I'm a little put off about it. My mom died 26 years ago, and she said, Bobby, if the cancer doesn't get you, the treatment will. She's gone. My dad, my dad's gone, transitioned into eternity after they adjusted his medications. He was on enough medications to kill a horse. Well, it finally took him out. He had a heart attack, didn't have long-term care insurance, needed to be in a nursing home. He lost his rather massive financial portfolio, his Porsche Boxster, his Lexus RX 350, his house on the highest point in the county. How much did I see of it? I saw it as a kid. I can see it in my memories. Oh, well, it's what happened. So what can I do about it today? I'm going to tell the truth on a corrupt system that's toxifying humanity. And then when people go to get health care, to take care of, oh, I've got a lump. Oh, we'll take care of that. We're gonna give you some treatment that's gonna chemotherapy kills the patient ultimately. Some people have a more favorable result, but you can look into that. I had something broadcast I called Miracle Cancer Cure. The ultimate cancer that kills most severely is a cancer that causes people to reject the truth. Selfishness is a desire, a self-serving desire to please me, to make me happy. It's about me, 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 me. A little on Dr. Smith, or not Dr. Smith, but Mr. Smith on the Matrix. So you know, so people are trying to make themselves happy and can't get enough, and they end up killing themselves. Millionaires, billionaires killing themselves. I'm not impressed with money. I know that it can provide some tremendous resources to get things done. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars talks about the comparison between electrical circuitry and our current financial system of control. How about that? You're a husband, you got a little lady that wants to make sure if she needs to have cancer treatment, you better do your job and make sure we have health insurance so I can get my toxic cancer treatment. How about that? How about that? It's happened to a lot of people. That's happened to my mom. My dad was an industrial steel salesman to the military industrial complex. I've been paying attention all my life. When I heard people use words they didn't know what they mean, I looked them up in the dictionary, and then I found other words that sounded pretty cool, and I wanted to know what they meant. My wife Joni said I sound like a dictionary. And that was 30 years ago. And then I got the internet and bottomless digital data and a desire to know the truth. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making the truth known to the best of my ability because it matters for eternity. Where will you spend it and why? For those of you who can, you know what? It's ironic. I mean, I'm exposing the space fantasy, but as I mentioned earlier, as it relates to SpaceX and Elon Musk talking about alternative government for off-planet civilizations, that's a way for him to talk about a system of government that takes what the people want to do and make that the law of the land, like digitally leveraging artificial superintelligence to, let's say, is abortion right or wrong? It's wrong. It's killing a person. Um, that's not right. Abortion is murder. Shouldn't be done. What about this and what about that? What about rape? Well, there shouldn't be rape. There should be a heavy penalty for rape, for human trafficking, for pedophilia. I, Most of the people that I know, that I hear of, don't want to see there to be sex trafficking, right? You know any people that are in favor of sex trafficking? I don't. Not that I'm aware of. They haven't told me about it. There was a day coming towards the end of humanity. Jesus said in his word, the Bible, I believe God's word is true and all others are suspect. They were going to say wrong is right and right is wrong. How about that? Do you see it? Do you see it all around us? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's evil things happening. There's evil things happening and wicked people are doing it. And spiritual entities are largely behind it. The technology that I'm using right now, digital worldwide super intelligence, super artificial intelligence. Yeah, I said it's happening right now. The the artificial intelligence has administrative control of at Google and the entire internet throughout it all. So when you look at Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg, to name a few, and Bill Gates, and Steve Jobs. Steve can't talk to us now because he can digitally. Um, he's been commemorated. I saw a video of him. It caused me to start crying because I thought about my mom can't talk to me face to face right now because she was killed from cancer and cancer treatment. Cancer that was caused and cancer that was made fatal by her treatment. Steve Jobs is addressing, he said it's the first time he's been this close to a college graduation. And he was talking about they found out that he had a treatable form of cancer. He was so excited to hear that. Well, we know how that went. Where is he now? Forever. So for digital superintelligence, worldwide artificial superintelligence, people may be able to launch themselves up to the cloud. What's going to happen when the fire comes that destroys even the elements? This is combustible, liquid oxygen and hydrogen. Hello, you can cut steel and melt rock with it. How about that? It's called hydroxygen, HHO. You use energy from to electrolyze and shatter the bond. Could we do that with lightning strikes? Probably, probably. Trying to make some of this stuff work is a challenge because there's corporations that don't want clean, free energy. It doesn't work for them. It won't fit into their portfolio. What will it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Been saying this for years. I could take all my videos and make them private but I can't. They may be private to you. They're not private to AI. Artificial intelligence knows that I've been exposing the fake travel to space. The space programs are most concerned with is your imagination. And in the case of SpaceX and Elon Musk, he may be wanted to be able to talk about alternative government without causing a, a coup, a violent, deadly coup where people rise up. And he's not calling for violence. He's just wanting to help people consider what would happen if the good people of this world were to decide to, to do the right thing. How about that? To make this world a better place. Now, there's murderers, there's human traffickers, there's drug dealers. Some of those drug dealers are the heads of multinational corporations, and they've integrated the modern medical system to make it happen. And people wearing stethoscopes, lab coats, and drawing heavy salaries and driving European motor cars, maybe even driving Teslas and having a crisis of conscience because they realize that the medical system they're part of is not as good as it should be. I'm pulling into my printer here. I got to get my stickers, but I'm not stopping the broadcast. I'm pulling into Coastal Printing right now. Let you see Coastal Printing. I'll put their phone number on there and I'll be right back. Kind of hard to read with that contrast. Ah, I can tell she was looking to see it was me. Hi, y'all. So you're on a live broadcast. I need a Coastal Printing sticker so I can show it. Your color contrast could be better there.
We were supposed to be able to do
I'm
that.
so glad that I wasn't in the ozone. Some people think I'm there. Holly, you might enjoy my most recent Tesla supercharger broadcast talking about harnessing lightning bolts and powering our country.
Okay, that's
How
neat.
about that? That's where I'm at. And well, there you go. Do you have anything I can look at? I know we talked
No,
about
but
it, Susan.
we'll be working over that over the weekend. So you'll get
Awesome.
something to
Awesome.
first. We're
Oh,
rocking and rolling.
that is so awesome. I'm shaking it up. I'm causing a big stir. I can tell you that.
I got those on a separate thing.
Oh.
So can we do that?
Oh.
3780?
3780. Oh, since I've got a live broadcast now, can you hold it for me? I mean, I
Okay.
paid you 150 and I didn't get
Yeah.
150 words.
That was the shirts, but
Yeah. If you can cross that off and adjust it, or just hold it,
I'll hold
we'll work out the details on it.
Okay.
Thanks so much. And let's see, Coastal Printing.
Run.
If you go on YouTube right now on my channel, you'll see it. You're welcome. Oh wow, I don't know if you could hear the live broadcast sound. That would be interesting. So this is Coastal Printing. They're the organization that helps me look so good with my shirts, and I got a surprise. So let's see. Here we go. Here they are. A group of stickers. They're Tesla racing stickers. How about that? And it's the official Tesla font, by the way. Elon designed the font. It's a special font just for Tesla. Yeah. So I'm going to go by the supercharging station, and I'm not going to throw a bunch of stickers up on the on there. Uh, I'm not trying to be obnoxious. It just happens, I guess. Huh? Yeah, I would love to sit at a meeting. I've listened to Elon talk about meetings. He said if you're not getting out of it what you believe you should, or you're not participating, then you should be out of the meeting. Well, I think I'm in the discussion. I should be. I should be. Uh, I've had millions of views, about 40 million views of people hearing me say, "Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating?" A lot of people that believe we live on a globe don't even know what that means. People around me that want to see me as a whack job, a nutcase, and reject everything, including my proclamation about the need to be born again. That's especially popular, to reject God, to reject that need to be born again. Wow, he was in my lane. How about that? So this is the Coastal Grand Mall that I'm going to be pulling into. And let's see, it's right over there. Not such a good view there on that. Let me drop it down so I can show you. It's beautiful. And this is just a couple minutes away from the airport, the Myrtle Beach International Airport. So you can be, there's a Starbucks in there. You can get your coffee if you want, and then you can do a little shopping if you want. We've got water seeking its level. Look at the level water. There would be no level anywhere on a spinning water ball hurling through space. Thank you. Thank you very much. There you go. So yeah, you can be supercharging and then you can be shopping if you want. I would like to see a Tesla welcome center there that has a car in the showroom, a courtesy center, but I think there's a lot of politics in electric vehicles. I couldn't have Tesla Solar City install here in South Carolina. I guess there's a little politics involved, right? And that's the way it is. Okay, so there's a lady using a walker, a little roller. I had to help my dad with that, and then a wheelchair, and then a concrete box and a mausoleum right next to my mom. How sad. How sad. He was in his late 70s. You know, he should have been around for a lot longer, as far as I'm concerned. So that's why whoa, let me flip this around. That was kind of weird. That's why I'm passionate about the truth. I'm bathing in the carbon filtered, solar activated water. I know I talk about it a lot. It draws the toxins out of the body. It's a reverse osmosis technology. Jack and Robert Slovak in Irvine, California, had the Water Factory Systems Company. They pioneered that biomimicry uh, for NASA, apparently. That was the story. That's what they told me anyway. And I used to sell some of their systems because I believed in it. Made sense to me. So when I would go into a restaurant and I would bring my water, it was embarrassing to Joni. I said, I don't want that. I don't want fluoride in me. I don't want that stuff in me. And I don't need the chlorine in my body. So when you look around, how do people look? Do they look happy and healthy? Are we got a young couple over there. Are they going to vaccinate and they've got another one on the way? And of course, they can see the Truth Mobile. They may go there and look at that. For somebody that has confirmation bias and they just want to find something to say, yep, that's a freak show, they'll find it. My intention isn't to upset as many people as I can. My intention is to help people make an informed choice on their eternity. So here's a Hilton Garden Inn right next to the Coastal Grand Mall, right there. And right here, we've got Anchor Taxi. I interviewed with them one time. I decided not to do that. Didn't actually need to. Imagine having like a Tesla taxi. I'm just going to kind of cut through there. So imagine instead of having a van like this, having a Tesla X, that would work, or a Cybertruck, that would work. And I talked to Elon. I hope he sees this. I mean, I would want to meet face to face or FaceTime, be fine with me. I would love to have a self-driving vehicle. The Tesla Cybertruck that had the broken armor glass. I'd love to have that come on self-driving mode and come on out here. I'm back. Okay, so here we've got the Tesla charging station and a couple of Teslas there. I met Brian yesterday. He's got unlimited supercharging. Oh, nice. I think that's awesome. That was one of the reasons why he got it. Imagine that. This morning I talked about, imagine if, okay, so the government is talking about, the world government's talking about global warming. It's a hoax. That was a little soundbite from the Logan Paul thing that I'm in. I got about 9 million views in the Logan Paul Flat Earth mockumentary. You can see me if you want there. But anyway, if they're so excited about global warming, make free electricity for cars, vehicles. How about that? How about that? Or what if we can draw electricity from the lightning bolts? How about that? Wouldn't that be nice? So I can actually park here. There's no restriction right here on this side. So if you've got a Tesla and you want to charge it up, here's a good place to come. If you want to get a Tesla, the Hyatt Buick over there has it. Like I said, let me take this on out. I think I'm going to put it in my gimbal, or it's going to be a little weird. Yeah, I'm doing the best I can with my film crew. Yeah, that'd be me. All right, so here we are. Let's flip this on around. So what's the truth about what I'm talking about? What do you think? Nice Teslas. Awesome. I would be so happy to have one of these to do what I do. It's a mobile broadcast studio with plenty of electricity on board. So you can see my earlier broadcast today if you like. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. This is kind of funny. It'll be part of the deal for the video. I planned ahead for this. How long ago? Oh, a while ago. Steel. I think I want to turn it into a Tesla racing one here, though. See, I don't really want to throw a bunch of stickers on here to upset anybody. But there's the Tesla racing sticker. Okay, and I've put different stickers on my devices, but I'll show you what this is. I'm going to work with the wind. It's on my back right now. You can't see the wind, but you can see the effects of the wind. It's all good as long as I'm not blowing a bunch of leaves on people. I'll finish that job later. We got a jet taking off. I'd like to see a race between a fighter jet and a Tesla Roadster right here. Well, not right here, but at the airport. I think that'd be awesome. I think it's nice enough. I need to grab my my tripod. See, I'd be happy to detail a car like this. I've done that before. Got a little road film. Look like they maybe came through a lot of water, like the winter driving that it is. So does it matter? Whatever it is that you want to know the truth about. That would be what I would say. Does the truth matter? Well, I would say absolutely. The bigger the issue, the more importance it has. Can we get clean, free energy from the electricity in the atmosphere, from lightning bolts, from the ether that's all around? Can does the aluminum and steel? This one's mostly steel. This car that's got a lot of aluminum in it. Even if I put an antenna on here to charge up my battery, it's not going to push my car. It'll reduce the load on my alternator. There we've got a Toyota Prius. I wanted to get a Prius when they came out, and I've been a fan of Tesla since they first came out. The AI knows that. It has to do with my searches, my search history. Like I mentioned in my earlier broadcast, the AI knows every single keystroke that I've made, and you, as far as I know. That's the word. That's artificial intelligence. Now, God, the creator of this world, knows everything. How about that? That's omniscience. That's all knowing. So I'm pretty used to people picking on me for being crazy. Okay. So if you look at Elon Musk, you know he's had a lot of naysayers, people that didn't believe he could deliver on what he did. He has. He has delivered over and over, and over again. I like that. It's successful performance on providing important, very important promises. Tesla stock is going up. Why? Because he delivers. He delivers. I don't want to drive off on my leaf blower. It's a Stihl. Stihl makes some really good lithium battery powered devices. I want to show you something. Right now, it's bumper to bumper traffic right there. How about that? I used to live in California and be on the 405 freeway. What would it look like? And people got so upset with me when I would let the people in front of me go. I would leave a space in front of me so others could merge. What if autonomous driving vehicles would do that and allow, and maybe they do, I don't know, but people behind me got mad because I let the people merge in front of me. Not, it's not that I stopped, I just left a little bit of a space so people could get on. The optimal speed to drive is the speed limit. If people do that, then merging is no big deal. If people are going faster, slower, it's a problem. From what I understand collectively, there's over 2 billion miles that have been compiled in artificial intelligence in the Tesla database. How about that? He's delivering on autonomous driving. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I would love to be able to go to California and drive where I need to. And then when I reach a stretch of road that's going to be a few hours, like if the vehicle, this would be one of the programmed systems that I would want in there, is that when I'm traveling from coast to coast, it would be about a 5-day drive if I were to take a nice easy drive. But it's like, I believe, almost 45 hours from here of drive time. It's about 2,700 miles, whatever it is anyway. If I'm going down the main corridors and the autonomous driving pulls into not way stations, but welcome centers, all the welcome centers should be powered up with Tesla superchargers, if possible, wherever possible. And then you've got a restroom there and it's policed up. It makes a lot of sense. It'd be a great place to have a massive battery, like up in the mountains. I mentioned earlier today the gentleman who sold the X or traded the X back in to the Hyatt dealership because in Boone, North Carolina, where they had a home, he was a doctor that wanted to. He loved the Tesla, but the problem was it just didn't work for him because they didn't have adequate charging. Well, maybe there's information that they didn't know about, like where they could have charged elsewhere. Where could that have been? And I could have made it work. That is a beautiful vehicle, immaculately contained by a doctor who you would expect. When I look at a vehicle, I want to know a little bit about the person. We profile. Um, we profile. We look at things and we make decisions. So when I'm on the road driving, if I'm looking at a piece of crap car that looks like it shouldn't even be on the road, I'm gonna be especially cautious there, right? If they've got a little donut on the car because they didn't put the replacement tire on that they're supposed to. If they're smoking, drinking, you can see people partying and bouncing around. The autonomous programming should say, hey, that's trouble right there. I might even want to put a call into the police, have them pay a visit. I would like to have my Tesla if I'm able to actually get the Cybertruck in a couple of years. I would like to have one to use sooner. I'm not looking for somebody to necessarily outright give me a Tesla. I would love to have the benefit to use one, like a company car, like a company car. I put in over 20 hours a day. I actually work around the clock because when I'm sleeping, I'm listening to the Bible. I may be sitting there updating something with naked kitties on me. We've got the Sphinx kitties, and and I fall asleep for 20 minutes and I wake back up and I'm good to go. That's how I've been doing this. It's been very interesting. I think we've got our Tesla owners coming over. Are you the Tesla owners? I'm doing a Tesla broadcast right now. Do you mind being on for a minute? Cool, cool. If now, which one is yours? Came in from the cold, wet, snowy. That's what I mentioned on my audience. You'll see it when later when you watch it if you like. If you hashtag my name, you'll see YouTube Truth there, and that's me. I'm Robert Forsch. And you are?
My name's Raina. What do you have to do with Teslas?
Raina, well, would you like a Tesla racing sticker?
We got racing stickers too.
I just got them from the printer. I'm getting I ordered my Cybertruck, the tri-motor, and let
I'm just
me.
making sure you're not bashing Teslas.
No, no, no,
Just
no,
one
no,
to-
no,
well,
no, no, no,
I'll get
no.
one to
Oh, and here you got the. Why don't you upgrade to a tri? That's what I did. It's gonna have a 500-mile range. If you would, the audience can see you right now. This is Raina, and you are
Jeff.
Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, whereabouts did you drive in from?
Pennsylvania.
Nice. I've got a lot of friends that come from Pennsylvania, Amish country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Amish Mennonite.
yeah, excellent.
My daughter lives down this way now. So I came down for a visit in Wilmington to come to Myrtle.
Nice. Now they've got an X for sale over at Hyatt if you're interested. Yeah, it's nice if you want to take a peek at it.
Nice.
Have you driven one?
No. So at the Hyatt.
The Hyatt, it's the Hyatt GMC Buick just up the road there.
Okay.
Just
Right.
just like a mile and a half up there. You've got my sticker. You could say Robert Forsch, the truth guy, sent you. The sales manager would love to see that. They don't even quite know what to do with it yet. The sales manager says I need to show him some videos. I said, yeah, Tesla.com, YouTube
There's
channel
not too
too.
many places that sell them. They're hard to come by.
Exactly. I want to free some of that up. What I would like to see is free supercharging for everybody.
I agree.
There we go. Free supercharging for everybody. Now,
I actually looked to buy a used X, and I've been trying to find one in like New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, and that way, that's the only way you get the free charging then. Because we bought ours a year ago.
how do you get the free charging?
If you bought one that the free charging goes with the car.
Are you serious?
So when I'm seeing the advertisements on the
So you
Oh.
bought them
16s.
before 2018.
So the 2015,
Free charging for
2016 models come with free charging.
So on my channel, you can see Elon dancing in China. He's doing okay. So I would be dancing too if I had a Cybertruck, my Cybertruck with unlimited charging forever.
Well, they're not going to do that. Then. Like,
We
going
charge in
forward,
our
no more-
garage, so it's free because we have solar panels.
No more
So,
free charging anymore.
So part of what I talked about this morning on my earlier broadcast, I'm gonna mention it again. Nikola Tesla apparently was able to charge his electric vehicle with the ether, with the energy in the atmosphere. I've got documentation on energy in the atmosphere on my channel in the top 50 videos where they're showing it. They're showing the electricity that's all around us. I would like to see a Tesla welcome center here with a showroom and a couple of cars, if that's possible, and a restroom. Maybe Kimball Musk will be serving some gourmet organic food here. That'd be great. I'd love to see him have a home base here too, where they've got like where the family can come here and visit and do a conference over like at the conference center. We get 20 million guests here, and it's the most driven to destination in North America. So you got to know this would be a good place to have that.
Yeah, charging stations.
Come on
are
out,
there.
Elon.
Yeah,
Waiting for you.
there you go.
Nice
So
to meet you.
yeah, anything you want to tell Elon or the Tesla team, I want them to be able to see this. I think that they will.
Well, the Cybertruck, the design I think he's going with, I really like the one previous to that.
Okay.
It was a cooler looking design.
So if you hashtag my name and you want to, and you can, do you do Facebook? Do you have a face? So you can private message me that. That would be a way I could say, oh yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's in stone yet which one he's doing. I guess
No,
it's
I at least I
out,
wouldn't
so-
think so because it's pretty early. So how different is it than the one at the reveal?
quite a bit different.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's still
Prototype
completely,
or whatever it was.
completely different than any other pickup truck
Ever.
there is ever,
Or any other
but
vehicle on the
not
road.
as geometrical as it's
Yeah. Well, I look
kind
forward to
of
seeing
like
that.
the Dodge Ram that has the big, when that came out, the big wheel wells and so forth.
Sure.
Kind of like really bumped out. That's how it was.
Okay.
So it's more sculptural and curved body, like his Tesla designs now.
Right. Right. Now they're
It's
beautiful.
still
Now
dramatically different than the Cybertruck that he's been.
I definitely want to see it.
Yeah.
So if you can
If
send
you
that,
look up Tesla truck,
it'll be
you'll
there, right?
see several different designs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been on the site today. I just didn't notice there was that going on. To go back to the energy that I was talking about, you can have a steel reinforced insulated concrete home here that is climate controlled with geothermal to use a fraction of the cost. So the solar is going to be able to supply the need for the car, the house, and the fortified construction can handle the hurricanes, tornadoes, and wildfires. We need that in our world today, as well as what I mentioned about drawing energy from the ether. Wouldn't it be nice if JB Straubel could put something on your power system and delivery to harness the energy that's all around, wherever you are, even if it's a little bit?
Right.
And then what about lightning bolts? Is there a way to have a lightning strike energize a massive battery bank, maybe that's underneath this parking lot? They dig big holes in the ground. They could put one here in the electrolyte and the metals to maybe do that. It'd be a massive battery and it could charge in off-peak hours.
Right.
That's part of the key thing. So if somebody lives where it's gray through too much of the year, they can still divert and balance out the harmonics of the power creation and distribution. Yeah, yeah, and another Tesla owner, happy Tesla owner too, looks like. Nice to meet you too. Thanks so much. Feel free to reach out anytime. So that was just a nice impromptu greeting, meet and greet with Tesla owners. And what I want to do is, let's see. So there's a lot of different things that we can look at to make this world a better place. I've spent quite a bit of time in exposing what I believe some of the more glaring problems are. Corporate greed to suppress technology that's better for the population of the world is a big deal. So that's why I've exposed it. That's why I believe it's important for us to look at this. What is the reality of the situation? Is it true that we can take energy from the lightning bolts and the ether, the energy that's all around us, and charge cars, houses, and have free, clean energy? That we can purify our water so we're not contaminating our physiology. We're basically biological computers. And like Elon has said, we're biological bootloaders for AI. We've helped build the system that we've created, and now there's some real challenges. And I've talked about that, this whole thing of the dangers of AI. How can we make it better? That's what I would say. How can we make this world a better place to live? So instead of showing things that we don't like only, I've wanted to venture out into saying, well, what can we do now to make it better? So to that end, I labor. I leave my phone number out there for a call anytime. Because of what I do, I'm operating around the clock and I'll take calls whenever from wherever. And I do Skype and Facebook Messenger. So if you're on Facebook, you can use the Messenger program and reach out and call me from there too. And if for some reason I don't take the call because I've got my do not disturb because I'm broadcasting or something, then I would be happy to return the call. Please leave a message. Also, if you call me and I don't accept, I don't take the call right then, please leave a brief message or you can send me a text message too. That would be just fine. This is Robert Forsch with The Truth. Thank you so much for your public and private encouragement.